Hi, it's Anastasia here, and welcome to this channel where we're exploring ways of improving your user and customer experience in your organization. And more importantly, we are working on introducing UX Zen mindset in your company so that everyone is on board and everyone is working on improving and customer and user experience of your digital products. So in today's video, I want to talk about why sometimes internal digital UX teams really fail to actually improve the platform of your company. So working over 14 years in this business, in digital kind of field, being inside or outside of organizations, being part of the internal team, but also being an independent consultant for many companies. I wanted to share a couple of bits of experience on that matter. So let's say that you have a product that you are trying to improve. Say you want to work on the onboarding or registration, conversion, retention, and you already have internal team. Unfortunately, they cannot for some reason help you improving on conversion, let's say. So there are many reasons for that. One of them is that very often, especially in bigger organizations, internal digital teams are focused elsewhere. So they might have a really big backlog and they might not be able or not have capacity to specifically focus right now on your one requirement. So that is then the problem, because you obviously were promised somebody to come and help you with stuff, but you've been waiting and that's not happening. So that's what the situation is quite often in a lot of organizations. Now, another reason why they might not be able to help you is that they might not be the right people. So what happens very often, and I'm sure you have witnessed that as well, in many companies, because we want to keep the new employees to a minimum, the teams are being rotated and people from one team are moved to another team only because they're available and might not necessarily be the right people for the job, right? So they might be coming from completely different background, but because they were available, they were put into doing something that may not necessarily the right for. So another thing that happens very often is that when you are part of the internal team for a longer period of time, what happens is you get very comfortable and you really don't want to do things that you're not interested in. So there might be some, personal preferences where somebody as a designer would just work on specific bits of the product, but not necessarily wanting to do this big thing that everybody is complaining about. Also exposing yourself and risking that maybe you will fail, and then people will be blaming you for not fixing the problem. So another really big issue with the internal teams sometimes is that, and I've witnessed that as well, because like I said, in my 14 years career in digital products, I have worked in internal teams, and unfortunately with time, the internal teams really need a bit of more education and training. So obviously, they because they're working on the same product over and over, they might not get the latest and greatest kind of pieces of processes or techniques and methodologies of kind of working with the product. So I myself try to do courses and learning and books all the time. It's a constantly ongoing process because digital constantly is changing. So you really need to make sure that your internal team really is up to date and up to speed. And lastly, I would say the issue with internal teams sometimes is that they are very close to the product. and they are not able to look at the product with kind of like external mindset. They feel like they know already everything what is there to know about the product, so they kind of like are unable to create unbiased process where they would be kind of looking with a fresh eye at the solution, at the platform, and kind of coming up with better ways of resolving some of the issues, right? So, okay, so what is the then, what is the solution? What is the quick solution? I mean, obviously we said the internal teams are quite often very, very busy. So if you're trying to bring their attention to fixing one of the issues that you have in the platform, you probably will just be waiting for a very long time. Now, very quick solution to this problem is actually finding a consultant that can come in and look at your problem with kind of like outside eyes, so completely unbiased. It's much easier to see the problem straight away. Me and my partner have done it many times. It's just really interesting, like when we just not involved in everyday issues with the business or everyday kind of politics and so on, we much easier can see where potential issues can be, and using obviously proven process can much quicker resolve, like come in and get out kind of approach, and much easier to resolve those issues. Anyway, that was the stuff that I wanted to talk about today. I hope you find it interesting. Please comment below. Let me know what you think about this video. Please subscribe to this channel. And please ask questions if you have such situation, if you've been in such situation where you couldn't resolve things with the internal teams. Please comment below. I would love to hear what you have to say about this, how you've kind of resolved the issues that you've had, and I'll see you in the next video.